What's up guys, it's Daz here, but you don't really care, and you're probably surprised to see me so early in the week because you usually see me on a Thursday, but for some reason Nintendo updates for Pikmin always seem to be on a Thursday, so maybe I'll move it to Saturdays, we'll see. Well, what do you think? Anyway, why am I making a video so early? Well, these are here! New Pikmin screenshots! So, here you go, there's 3 on the screen right now, you can click them and I'll skip to that one, or just wait for a minute when I finish talking this conversation I'm having right now, talking, and then we'll just analyse all the pictures and see what it reveals to us, alright? Okay, let's begin. We'll begin with the first image I saw out of the 3 new images shown, which is this one. So, as you can see, there's clearly loads of Pikmin now. I think I counted there to be 53, and don't worry, I looked through each individual one and I found no new ones. Although at first, I thought I found a pink Pikmin, because it looks like there's one hidden in there, or at least I think it's pink, but it's probably not. It's some sort of new colour that I hadn't seen. But it turns out it was just a bud rock Pikmin from, well, this rock Pikmin. So yes, and also, do buds become more common now like they did in Pikmin 1 and not Pikmin 2? So anyway, the Pikmin in this image are just your regulars, you know. But why are they in the air? Well, first, there's an icy slide. So, seems like ice has become an element now, so you can slip along the ice. And as you're running, and obviously these people have gotten air, so yeah, that's a weird phrase, have gotten air. So, with new elements, does that mean new Pikmin? Is it possible that since there's only 53 or 54 Pikmin following, is it possible that there are some ice-type Pikmin that don't slip on the ice and they're just trying to catch up behind? Because there is one red leaf all the way at the back there that can't catch up, so maybe there's a leaf, I don't know, cyan Pikmin that's icy, and so it's late because it doesn't slip, and maybe that's how it survives the hazard. Like maybe all the Pikmin trip over much more and then can be eaten by enemies or something, but these ice Pikmin don't. But I don't really know, we can't even see them, so I should probably stop blabbering about this, because you probably want to hear about, oh my god, it's character C, guys. Do you see him? He's green right there, look, you see him, yeah. So yes, as you can see, character C's model has finally been finished. He's complete, and now he looks like a massive green gorilla. I mean, look at his hands! His hands! Look at them! So yes, so actually there's another image coming up that shows character C more developed, so I'll go over him then. But, as we can see, there is a whip-tongue Bulbasaur walking straight towards the player, but this could either be of 2 reasons. One, Nintendo's being a jerk again and putting really awkward places, because you still have to recover from an icy slide and then suddenly you're attacking a Bulbasaur. Or maybe the player is doing really crappily and given Bulbasaur enough time to waddle on over to them, because like, if it's the same player who was in the Nintendo Direct, then this player is intentionally not being very good. But if you look in the background, you can see there's water, so clearly only blues can go through that. But inside the water, or under the water, or whatever, you can see little Wogpoles. So with Wogpoles, that basically confirms the return of the Wollywogs, the dreaded, and that might also confirm the Wollywog boss, but that might just be speculating a bit too far. But since this whole area is very icy and wintry, surely that means that the water would be frozen by now. Or maybe it already is and we just can't see it, because these photos aren't very high resolution-ified, so there could be more to this. But in the background of the water, you can see a fence. And this is what's confused me. Is this a generic wired fence that's pretty common in the old Pikmin 1 and 2 games? Or is this an electrical fence? Because you can see there's like a cable going in between each little wire, and then the cable continues over the rocks. So maybe this is an electrical hazard in the water. So does that mean that you have to get the blues into the water and then they break down the boulders to drain the water out again, like you did in Pikmin 2, so that you could get the yellows onto the path so you could destroy the electric gate and get through? Or maybe you need pink Pikmin to just fly over and you can never get there. Who knows? There are so many possibilities with these images, and I don't even think these are officially made out by Nintendo, so that might mean that a new video is coming up soon that shows these pictures in motion, I guess. So for a final note, I just want to say that Pikmin 3 seems more travel and exploration oriented in this way, because first we had the lily pads which you just stand on and they move through the water with you, and this one you've got an icy slope which seems to be a one-way thing, because you can't exactly go back up. Maybe your Pikmin can, but you specifically can't get back up there, so maybe it's like a new transportation that takes you to a separate area of some sort. But you know, there's many more opportunities. Let's move on to the next image, which is the bottom left image here. Now, Here at this zoomed in level, we can really appreciate the details of each character in the game. Well, at least these three anyway. I'm not sure about character D, but I'll come on to that later. Now, the area seems to be some sort of like beachy area. It definitely has like a lighter ground than the Nintendo Direct and E3 sort of ground, but it seems like it is sort of an extension of this sort of area, because if you look in the background, you've got these green plants quite similar to previous areas. So it doesn't seem to relate to the one we just saw of the Watery Area, but it does seem like it does connect. So this might further involve the Overworld Theory, but I'll come on to that even later, because this picture is supposed to focus entirely on the characters. So, first of all, Character A's model's been tweaked a tiny bit more in the aspect that he's been given freckles. You can barely see it, but if you look closely you might just be able to see it. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be much more development for him specifically. But for each captain now, if you look at their helmets, they have a whistle at the front. So now it explains that mystery of how the hell did Oliver, Louis and the President whistle the Pikmin before? Like, they can't exactly just put their fingers in their mouths when they've got a massive helmet on. It's like, so this makes more sense. You could just blow into the whistle built into the helmet, and that, well, makes it obvious of how you whistle the Pikmin. However, I noticed here that the shadows don't seem to actually match the characters well, or that might just be me not understanding physics, but doesn't it look like the helmets aren't shown at all as a shadow? I mean, I know that they're transparent, but surely there'd be a bit of shadow, like a very light shadow or something. But if you look at the shadows of each character, it only seems to show their head shape much more than their actual helmet. But that might just be more Nintendo logic, or just because it's not fully developed yet. Maybe they'll change it later, we'll just have to see. So, going on to character C, who's in the middle, here we can see that he is massive. I mean, look at his hands. His hands must be like, what, twice the size of Character A's hands? I mean, seriously. And also, his character design still has that star on his, not costume, his spacesuit, I guess. So obviously he has some sort of authority over everyone else, because he's that awesome. So obviously this is a very important factor, since it's still there from the concept art. So maybe this has some massive plot to it, but I obviously don't know, because I don't have the game. Did you know, guys? Did you know I didn't have the game? So anyway, as you can see, can you see what I mean though? How I think he looks like a massive green gorilla. Just look at the way he is. He's just like massively long arms. But why does he have such long arms and big hands? I mean, what benefit is there for having big hands? No. What I'm getting at with this is, maybe he has a special ability towards Pikmin. For example, maybe he can throw Pikmin farther or faster, like more powerful and damaging because of his massive hands. Maybe this is why they've been hiding characters C and D. Maybe those two have special abilities that character A and B don't. Oh, I'm getting my letters mixed up. But maybe, yeah. Maybe, like, I don't know what character D could do, but maybe he's like, they just have, each character has a special attribute. Maybe character A is the fastest runner, so that helps them. So, for example, what other Nintendo characters do we know? Doesn't it sound familiar? A short, fat guy with a moustache, and a really tall guy whose favourite colour is purple. Where have I heard that before? Could be a coincidence, but then again, Oliver and Louis are kind of based off of Mario and Luigi, so maybe. Anyway, character B. Now this one's confused me the most. It's put me way off track. They've changed her colour of her spacesuit from yellow to red. Don't know why they did this. Maybe it was like they thought the clash between pink hair and yellow suit was just, you know, it's so unfashionable that, like, not ever gonna happen. But I seriously, I just don't have a clue. So that's basically that. But there is more to say. Well, there's only one more thing to say. But basically, it continues the idea that this picture is just directly taken from a video. Because if you look really closely at the antennas and whatever, if you look more specifically at C and B, you can see that there's a little duplicate, a track, like as if it's moving. So I think that this was directly taken from a video that we haven't seen yet, and we're gonna see. And this might hint to what the next Nintendo Direct might reveal to us or something, because it looks like this picture was moving, whatever, going all Harry Potter now, but this picture was moving when it was taken, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. So that's basically all I have to say on this. Finally, let's move on to the last picture, which is the bottom right hand picture here. Now, if you look at this whole device that character A is holding, and yes, this is character A, you can tell by the gloves, and that's character A's gloves colours. But if you look at it, it looks quite a bit like a gamepad for the Wii U. Like, you've got the 2 analog sticks, and there's a little logo in the middle, in the bottom. So maybe that's a home button. And what could this logo be? It seems to be some sort of octopus squid thing. So maybe this could be like the company they own, and this is like a company equipment that every character is given to communicate with. Or maybe it's like a button that sends you to your home base or something. Maybe it teleports you home, because who knows what technology's like, Because like this whole Pikmin timeline is like in the future of humans, but they don't understand a light bulb, so it's kind of complicated in that aspect. But this logo also looks similar to the helmets themselves, so maybe it's like a press here to communicate button. If you look on the actual screen, you can see that it's obviously character B and a sunseed berry in the background. Now, here's what sort of got me split. There are 2 possibilities for what this could actually be. One could be what most people have thought of, is it's communicating with another character. So basically, you can talk or communicate with other characters from long distances. Maybe this is before they meet up, but they know about each other. Or maybe each character went to a separate map each day, and you can swap between massive maps, which also could continue the whole overworld theory, but I'll come back to that later. Or this could be the camera. This might not actually be talking to character B. It could be a camera picture taken by the camera of character B. It's going like, oh look, I got a camera. Ooh, 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 ooh. People do that. But like, yeah. So this could be like going through your camera pictures as like a bonus. Maybe this is the pause screen or something. Now, what I don't understand though is, what is going on in the background? Like, really? It's so blurry, you can't understand any of it. Or can you? Because as basically I'm a little bit late with this whole images video, people have given me ideas. And this one came from 0920 again, or 920, or you know what I mean. Basically, he said that this might actually link to one of the pictures we've already seen. Which ones? Well, look at the first picture. You can see it's all icy and stuff. But you notice in the background it's all pretty watery and normal, and all the plants seem to be white and not very interesting. But there is one tuft of grass there. What's so interesting about that? Well, this is continuing the overworld theory. This was also seen in the Nintendo Direct footage. You remember the one with the spinning lily pads, yeah? Well, look next to that piece of grass in this image here. Rocks, yeah? And this might be a bit of a stretch, but it's possible that these rocks is actually the background of this image here. Could that be possible? Because it looks... well, it's kind of hard to say. It's really blurry, but you know what I mean? It could be. It's quite a stretch, but it's possible that this is like happening in another place. It could be live. It could not be. It could be a camera. It could be anything. What do you guys think? Because this is one that's really kind of baffled me. And if this is a communicating one-to-one captain session thing, there is one problem. Surely character B should be holding the gamepad on her side of the thing, but it looks like you can see she's standing in front of it. So maybe that's a little bit of error there, or maybe this is a picture. I never really thought of it in this aspect before. Now, what I'm going to talk about is basically continuing this overworld theory, because if you look, each little section seems to link to each other, or other parts that we've already seen. So, going back to the first image, we have the watery area, and as I said, the grass tuft does seem to have replicate the Nintendo Direct area. It might not actually be the same map, but it could be an extension of the same type of area, like seasons-wise. Maybe the seasons even change as you're going through everything, you know? Like, time-wise, seasons change to each map, and it lets you go more places. Maybe you come up in the icy area in a summertime, and you can't get over this hill thing, but then when winter develops and all this cold weather, ice appears, and you can slip up new areas. Now that's very interesting. So that seems to link on to this one with the whole background, and the Three Captains one seems to be very E3 typed area with the whole grass and everything, but slightly different ground, if that makes sense. So this also links to the E3 demo and the Nintendo Direct, so maybe this is all just one massive overworld thing. Now going back to this picture, what is actually the point of this gamepad? Because this is something that obviously I don't know. I want to get your feedback. What do you think? All the whole pictures as a whole, is there anything I missed? I doubt there is, but you never know, I might have. Now, if you actually look at what the gamepad's called, apparently it is called the FF3V or FE3V. I don't know, because it seems like it's the same lettering, but slightly smaller. I don't know. But also, if you look at the top middle, there seems to be an antenna, so maybe this is a communicator. Maybe it's both. You've also got a camera right below that, so it could be communications, or it could be like self-portrait available, because, you know, self-portraits, or is it self-portraits or whatever, it's self-shot? I don't know, some technology nowadays. And in the top right, there seems to be another little button, so maybe that's where you press the button to take the picture in the end. I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? There seems to be grip pads on the side, and that's basically all I can actually identify from this. So now I will just finish this up with one final note, and that final note will be about character D. Now, he is notably missing still after all this time. And why? Well, there are quite a few ideas as to where he's actually gone. Because for one thing, character C took a while to show up, and that might have just been because they were trying to develop his model. So maybe this is the exact same for character D. They're trying to make his model, and maybe they're struggling because he has quite a tall head, no offense. So maybe that's difficult to design. Alternatively, maybe they're hiding him on purpose, like I said earlier, because of character C. Maybe he has physical traits that the other captains don't have, and maybe it shows us off a secret. Maybe it shows off about Pikmin that we're not supposed to know about yet. Also, during the interview, Miyamoto said, and this is mid-sentence, so this might not actually make sense, but he actually says, the fact that you have 3 different leaders that you can switch between to command your Pikmin. Notice that? 3 different leaders. Does that mean that Miyamoto's hinting to us that maybe character D could not be completed for whatever reason? They decided to scrap him. Character D is no more? Or maybe he just made a mistake. He could have, you know, got his 3s and 4s wrong, right? Right? Wrong? Right? I mean, yeah, that's right. That could be possible. On top of that, maybe it's just because only 3 have been developed so far. So he's talking as like a progress sort of thing, where it's like, oh, we can only talk about 3 at the moment because only 3 exist. No point creating false hope, right? I mean, that's how it is. On top of this, maybe character D is like the main protagonist, so they want to hide him to the very last thing. Maybe that's why he's first in the actual concept art. Maybe he's first in the concept art because they're thinking, this is a possibility, but it's not an essentiality. You know, if we can get him in, that'll be great. If not, then it's a shame, but oh well. So, what do you think happened to character D? I mean, where's he gone? Is he coming back? Maybe he shows up later. Maybe he's like halfway through. Who knows? Maybe he replaces Louis. Maybe he doesn't even appear at all. Honestly, we're not going to find out until time, really. Nintendo Direct will tell us. Miyamoto himself. Eventually, for now, we're just going to have to speculate randomly on YouTube. So I guess that will be the end of it. So what do you think? Because now we've reached the end of the video. So, basically, write down in the comments, have anything I've missed, any ideas, if a new video comes up, which I expect there will be, because it seems to be taken directly from this, feel free to tell me, and I'll make the next video on it. Well, maybe not next video, but next video I can make of it. Blah, 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 just keep blabbering to make this video longer. So, now I'm going to end it here. So, my name's been Daz, you didn't really care. Can't wait for the next Nintendo Direct, and I'll see you in a bit.